What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another My Damn Toys video. Today we are back with brand new WWE action figure news. Now, I was not planning on doing a back-to-back news week here, you know, back-to-back days of news, but it was too insane. It was too insane of news. It was too much stuff going on that I had to get on here. We even had AEW and WWE figure reveals. I don't know if I'll do a separate video on that this week, or if I'm going to do more of a double upload. I don't know what I'm going to do, because I want to cover those images, because I think we had a lot of cool stuff shown off. It is of stuff we've seen, but it was way more detailed and stuff like that. But just the other day, my man Steve from Mattel went on to the Turnbuckle Tavern, and he had an epic interview with everybody, man. He had an epic interview. It was very entertaining stuff. He went on the Turnbuckle Tavern, great podcast. I'm not going to show the whole thing. It was like an hour long. I will leave a link to it down in the description below, but I did want to run through the details because I think that we got a lot of great info from Steve. We got some stuff revealed to us, kind of, you know, not like images per se, but some info that is very, very valuable that I think you guys are going to be excited about. So with all that being said, man, let's go ahead and dive into what we got here, and I'm excited for it, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I wanted to cover here, man, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about the info and then kind of plug the clip in so you guys can see it for yourselves and hear what he has to say, and then I'll come back and we'll kind of go like back and forth there with the info. But this is really huge stuff, man. Starting out first, the Ruthless Aggression line. You guys know that we just got the Ruthless Aggression line, or we're getting it. We saw the first two series revealed to us, and then we just recently saw series number 2 after, you know, previewing series number 1. We saw series 2 on display at WrestleMania 38 at Axis there, and so he had some huge news here about this, and this man said that he plans on having 6 waves plus of the Ruthless Aggression wave, which is just insane. I mean, what are we talking about here, man?
We're getting a new, like, Ruthless Aggression line, you know what I mean? We're getting the wave 2 of that, and I don't know, Elite 100 is around the corner as well, and so I'm excited for everything that's in the playbook right now.
Yeah, Ruthless Aggression, you know, there were a very vocal group of fans who wanted more RA figures, and I was like, just you wait, you know? And this is the anniversary year of Ruthless Aggression, so we were waiting for something purposeful, and now you guys have it, an RA line for at least 6 waves, and maybe some other maybe some other surprises thrown in as well over the course of time that the line runs. It's a good time. I mean, we want to support every generation of fandom, right? And I think whatever generation you love most is represented in some way. So it's a really good time right now.
So you hear in the clip that he mentions the 6 waves. Other surprises. In my brain, I'm thinking, are we going with a Ruthless Aggression Ultimate Edition somewhere? We did kind of just get that, right, with Batista at Target. Could it be a ringside exclusive? Could we see a ringside exclusive? What about a chase figure? Is there going to be some chases in these Ruthless Aggression lines? I don't know, but you guys know I'm all in. I'm all in on the Ruthless Aggression. Doesn't matter who they release from the Ruthless Aggression. I'm going to be all over that, so I'm just happy to have some Ruthless Aggression figures in our hands here, man. Going to be insane. I can't wait for it, but I thought that news was huge about the Ruthless Aggression wave. Gets me super excited to see what Comic-Con has to hold. I'm sure we'll probably see renders of Series 3 and 4, possibly. I don't know what the whole detail is there. I would love to see the Ruthless Aggression line continue for 100 waves, you know what I'm saying? So that was huge news. Another thing that we heard about was Ultimate Editions. We had some stuff about Ultimate Editions. He mentioned new Ultimate Editions. He mentions repeats and stuff like that, which I thought was a very interesting note.
Because there's so many talent who still need an Ultimate figure. What's challenging is sometimes things happen like such and such didn't re-sign their contract yet, so you put them on hold for a while, or you know, someone gets fired. Like, those things can blow up plans, and you've seen some repeats here and there. A lot of times those repeats are because a contract issue, or whether it's, you know, negotiations are ongoing for someone to stay with the company, or someone leaves the company, and you're like, okay, we only have time now to tool up new heads, right? Because everything else is more complex. So I know I see that comment a lot, like, oh, we're getting repeats. There's reasons for that. You know, we're not intentionally trying to do a bunch of repeats. We know that AJ and Seth and Sasha and so many of these new modern talents, and plenty of legends still need to be done. You know, Razor Ramon being high on my list. You know, Sergeant Slaughter, request for him to return because of Comic-Con. I know I just talked about repeats, but I think he warrants it.
So you guys heard in the clip that basically he talked about repeats being a part of the business, you know, guys getting canceled, signing new deals, deals, things of that nature. But did you guys hear? He said he knows that people want new Ultimates, such as current talents, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Sasha Banks. Huge news right there. That makes me think that those guys have been in the works or are in the works, and we could see that possibly at Comic-Con. We'll have to see about that, play that by ear, but I thought that was huge. And he also mentioned Razor, so that's a huge thing. Again, I thought we were getting Razor way back when. I thought he was going to be a part of the last few Ultimate Edition series. That never came to fruition. We did end up getting Diesel with the Mattel Creations crowdfunder, but I don't know. We'll have to play that by ear to see what we get, but Razor would be an epic, epic, epic Ultimate Edition. We'll have to see where it comes, but I thought that was an interesting note as well.
We saw WrestleMania weekend. There was another diorama of a Raw stage, which kind of brought me back to a couple of years ago when we saw a diorama of the new gen arena. Is this to gauge interest for what could possibly be another crowd-funded topic in the future?
I mean, of course, right? Anytime we build a dio, I mean, the intention isn't always to gauge interest first and foremost. It's to house whatever is going to be in the dio. But yes, also we're there, and we're there to listen to you, and we're checking social media to see if you guys want something like that. A Raw stage is a no-brainer, right? It's just like insanely complex and expensive. So there's just like so much work to do to make it accomplishable, because, you know, we hear like, oh yes, I want it, but how much do you want it? You know, how much do you want to pay for something like that? You know, that's the real question. Yeah. I want it, but I don't want it for $1,000, right?
$3 and a handshake.
Yeah, right. So there's a lot of work to be done, and we're always, you know, working on things like that, whether it's officially moving forward, or we're just exploring, right? So I would put that in the exploring area right now, because it's crazy. That thing's crazy. It had smoke. It's gigantic. There's so many pieces to it. So I wouldn't say that something like that is like something you're going to see in the coming months or whatever, but we are definitely like trying to see how that could be feasible as an item.
Now, speaking of crowd funds and all the Ultimate Editions and things of that nature, they talked about the Raw stage and stuff like that. He had an interesting note here that made me think that we're probably not going to see that Raw is War stage as the crowdfunder, but he did say that, you know, we should expect it soon, but he didn't say that we'd probably see it in the next couple months, which I thought was kind of odd. And that was kind of bummerific, to be honest with you. I would have loved to hear, you know, an update or something like that, but that is unfortunately not what we got. Another thing, speaking of Mattel Creations, he did mention something about some exclusive Mattel Creations figures coming, which I know a lot of people groan and moan about exclusives. I think they have their place. I think they are cool for what they are, depending on where and when and how we get those guys, how the distribution is and stuff like that, but I could absolutely see what he's talking about in this clip.
I want to bring you back to the Mattel Creations for a minute, 'cause seeing a lot of the cool aesthetics that they're putting up on there on the website and stuff. Is there maybe a need or a want for making individual releases through Mattel Creations, like you know, a Doink with a real fitting coat, or, you know, just an example, a Ric Flair with a very outlandish robe, or just something along those lines, along the Ultimates line, but like with more decked out attire maybe, or deco, or like something that you could probably spend like a $50 price market on, not so much a 30, you know, 40, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. You're gonna see more exclusives on Mattel Creations as time goes by, hoping to reveal maybe one or two at Comic-Con. But yes, more single figures, maybe multi-packs, bundles. I mean, the possibilities are endless, right?
You know, when we get Steve with just that one-word answer.
So you guys will see there, he's talking about getting, you know, a really cool Mattel Creations exclusive, and he mentions it about Comic-Con. We're probably going to get one or two shown off to us, and I don't know, but I feel like if you're doing a Comic-Con deal like that and you say, oh, a Mattel Creations figure is coming soon, they'll have the figure ready, they'll have everything ready. I guarantee it goes up for pre-order shortly after Comic-Con, maybe even that same, you know, weekend or something like that. That could be something we see. I don't know. We'll have to play that by ear again, but I still thought it was valuable info for you, and I think that'll be pretty cool. Another thing that he also mentioned is new soft butterfly joints on the crowdfunder.
The Doink figure and Diesel figure have an evolution to the butterfly shoulders with a new material that makes them even tighter, but still very posable, if that makes sense.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
It's a different material, and they'll hold pose. And I know, you know, some of the butterflies before, sometimes there was a little bit of looseness, maybe a little bit too loose. So this solves that problem. Wait till you get them in hand. I think you'll all love the evolution there. But kudos to our, you know, engineering team because they're just constantly trying to improve and make things better, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg of improvements on Ultimates that are going to happen over the next like year to 2 years.
Now the Ultimate Editions that he's talking about, you know, the Diesel, the Doink, the stuff like that, he did say that they're going to get new tooling. Now he did say that, you know, those first few Ultimate Editions, the butterfly joints did get loose. He mentions about, you know, the softness of the butterfly joints there, getting softer, making those tighter, things of that nature. And I thought this was awesome news. You guys know that I despise a loose butterfly joint, a loose shoulder, things of that nature. Makes the figures, makes it, you know, you open it up, it has a loose shoulder, makes you not even want to collect, right? So that was huge for me. I thought that was amazing, and so I was thrilled to hear that news. And he said that that's just a small wrinkle that they're throwing in there. He did go on to say, again, I do have the full interview link down in the description below, so after you see all my info here, go watch it to get the full context, get the full details, watch that thing all the way through, leave a comment over there. I thought it was a great interview. I'd love to have Steve on the channel, but I think that it was a fantastic interview, and he mentions that, you know, even they're going to go even beyond this. There's going to be more additions, more tweaks to the Ultimate line, to the Elite line, and trying to maximize articulation and details and things of that nature to make the figures better and better and better as they release. He did also mention that Elite Series 100, they already have the plans locked up. They're going to do some special things for it, and he doesn't know for sure. He said he didn't know for sure, but he said that it is possible that they are revealed or that we will know the lineup by San Diego Comic-Con. So that is huge right there. So that'll be amazing. I would love to see that take place. Love to see that come to fruition. We'll have to play that by ear, of course, but that is all of the different stuff. These are the highlights, I think, of the live stream. There was other stuff that I think you guys would really be interested in. Again, definitely go check out that live stream. I thought it was huge. Definitely go check that out. Link in the description below. But this was some valuable information. Tons of great stuff here. I thought it was a great interview with Steve there, and I'm always happy to know some more stuff about what we're going to be getting. And Comic-Con is not that far away, man. So we're going to see insane reveals. You guys know how Comic-Con is. We're going to review all of it here on the channel, break down all the news, cover it, give you guys my thoughts and all those things. But I'm planning next year, man. I'm going to Comic-Con. I'm going to be in person. Maybe I can have an MDT mic, walk around, interview Steve and Bill, maybe, you know, get some my own shots of the figures in person. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, man, I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave me your thoughts on all this info down in the comment section below. What do you think was the most interesting? Are you excited for it? Etc., etc. What figure you want to see at Comic-Con? But I'm getting out of here, man. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you, and have a very blessed day.